I wish that had been on there. Alrighty, are we gonna call this meeting to order? All right, October 1st, 2024, the meeting of the Columbia City, hey, it says, oh, never mind. The Columbia City Arts Commission. Let's do a roll call. I'm here. Greg,
I'm here.
Mike,
Here.
April,
Here.
Becky, Doug,
Here.
Bill.
Here.
All right. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from the September 3rd meeting?
Yes.
Are there any changes or corrections? If there are none, could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. If I can do that, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to, but.
Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor of approving the September 3rd minutes?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Open issues, Spark Project. Do we have anything new on that?
No, nothing right now.
Okay.
Since we just finished up and,
And I'm just gonna, if we're assuming we're gonna do that as an annual thing, I'm
Yeah.
probably just gonna leave that and artist studio
Okay.
tour on just
sure.
until we decide we aren't
Okay.
gonna do them anymore.
Okay.
So,
Right. So that's an annual event, and we have a grant ready for
Correct.
funding it for next year.
Correct.
All right, we'll hop on then to the next one, artist studio tour recap. From most accounts, I think it was a great day for a lot of people.
Oh,
I know we had a lot of people through the museum, like
After we-
50-ish.
after we figured out how to.
Yeah, I feel bad about
Boom,
that.
boom, boom.
I thought the door was unlocked.
I couldn't even get this door. And of course, you had to get through the scaffolding to get.
Right.
It was a beautiful exhibit though, once I
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah, and then we had a, kind of related to that exhibit, we had a open house thing last Thursday for artists to come out, and it was very well attended also. We had about 75 to 100 there for that, so I am pretty confident that that's gonna be a regular occurrence, and it's nice that it could happen in conjunction with the Arts Commission too. It was kind of neat, because then we could pull out some old art out of the archives and share that along with the current artist stuff, so people got kind of a dynamic experience. It was also nice that it was only like a block away from your office, so they could immediately head over and check that out, so that was really good. I don't know if anybody wants to share their anecdotes. I also thought that the little after event was nice for
Yeah,
artists to
that
get
was
together
fun.
afterwards and
Mhm.
kind of decompress from the
Yeah,
experience and
yeah.
talk about what they had seen during the day.
Yeah, and it sounded like it was a good, for us to kind of get feedback to how the day went.
Mhm.
So, good chance to get everybody together to say how the feedback went.
Yeah, and this year we had some new artists that didn't participate last year. We had some repeat artists this year, so
Yeah.
be fun to see what's up. Do we want to do it again? Is now a good time to?
Yeah.
Well, I would say, yeah, we could discuss maybe setting a date, even at the retreat though.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
We had talked about always doing the weekend after Labor Day, so then you can find the date quickly and then people know.
Mhm. The only thing that I guess I would wonder if we should investigate a little bit further is that this year that coincided with the West Central Art
Mhm.
Tour, so I don't know.
There was
like-
a Renaissance tour too.
Renaissance Festival.
Yeah,
too, somewhere.
yeah, but I don't know if that's always gonna change and you're always gonna fall
Yeah, I'm not really
fall
sure.
into it.
You go back and look at the dates prior years that they've had,
Yeah.
see
Mhm.
if they kind of follow the same.
So maybe that's something that we could do before the retreat.
Yeah.
So that we can figure out what we need to do. I mean, I think there's some other little stuff that we could talk about too
Yeah,
in the future about,
advertising earlier.
right, and how we want to set it up, and do we want to have outlining studio
Yeah, because I know
stuff, or
the
do we want to try to
outlying
bring people in here?
places didn't get as much traffic, so we talked about that a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So, anyway, we can talk about that later.
okay.
Commission retreat. So, I have here, nifty little report that is the feedback that I have received thus far. Um, that one.
Yay.
And the first page, of course, is all the questions that I had sent out to everybody ahead of time with your homework. And then after that are the different kind of points, and then the bullet points are the feedback that I received. I wanted to give this to all of you in advance of the retreat on the 26th so that you can take a chance to look through this, maybe highlight things that really stood out to you as like, yeah, this is a really good idea. There are some great ideas in here. There's lots of, commentary on different things, and it might help make our meeting
Go
productive.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that we can say, okay, well, what are these things? And I think also that this is going to help us put together the report that we can turn in, just kind of showing like, here's where we're at with things. I don't feel like stressed out about the report that we need to put together. Like, it doesn't need to be a big, complicated thing. We're a 2-year-old organization. We're still toddlers.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Still new.
doing what we can.
Right.
But, we've accomplished a whole lot of stuff, and a lot of it's in here, and there's also lots of ideas about, like, what we want to be when we're growing up, so. So, feel free to take this home, mark it up. If you want me to add anything to it ahead of the get-together, go ahead and do that. I can add it to it.
The only thing I think I tried to put it on mine somewhere is like an actual, like, question regarding plans for the following year.
Mhm.
Like, what are some things we would like to see happen?
Yeah, I think actually that might be a good activity during the retreat, to
Yeah.
put that together and kind of slug in.
Yeah,
The
so that we
dates
can
and-
set it, because I think we found out a little bit through trial and error, like, advertising and all that stuff, like knowing what we're gonna do so that we're ready, since we only meet once a month, and
Mhm.
kind of, move it.
Yeah.
Like, say, maybe pick the, 4 or 5 main things we wanna do next year, and actually kind of block it out
Yeah.
so that we're ready for it. Because, we have a big summer thing, and we have a big fall thing. That way we just kind of,
Mhm.
since, we do meet once a month.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Relating to the retreat, is there anything else that we want to plan on? I think last time we talked about who was bringing what.
Oh, yes.
I don't have that right here with me, but do we need to remind?
I know Becky and Doug and I all volunteered to bring food, drink, and tableware, and I was trying to remember whether
We talked about, with me, about coffee.
coffee, and I think I was gonna try to bring plates and things like that. Becky was gonna bring a breakfast casserole or something.
Okay.
So,
So
that's
just-
still,
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. I can bring something food-wise.
Yeah, I'll try to come up with something.
Yeah,
to
you
do
know,
that.
fruit or
Okay.
Yeah,
anything like that works too.
I guess just a
All
breakfast.
right.
or-
I'm looking forward to a
Or juice.
fun and productive day of getting some stuff done.
I'm
And
so glad it's this date, because I had Skeleton Festival on my calendar, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be a busy day. I had the 19th, so I'm glad.
it's the 26th.
I'm glad.
But I am going to warn, I do have.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
am
oh,
hosting
good.
my siblings on that day.
And the Skeleton Festival's that day too,
It's
so
supposed
I
to be
was
at
like,
11,
oh,
but I
geez,
asked
that's
them
gonna
to
be
9 a.m.
Okay.
9 a.m., yeah. So
Ready
I'm
to go at
glad.
11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no
I think we had
Unless
tossed
that's
around the
over.
19th. I think that's why I had it
Mhm.
somewhere. I was like, oh, I hope it's not the 19th.
Yeah.
I would've made it work.
And I think that's trick or treat night. So
Mhm.
It is, yeah.
if you have any kind of that stuff, you
Well,
might
I've
be.
got plans that night too, don't I?
You do. You'll be
Yeah.
sketching down at the museum.
Oh,
Then you come down to see me.
on the 26th? Scary, perfect,
I'm gonna do
perfect.
it
You're
on
a
ahead.
scary artist, yeah.
And he will be selling some special edition Doug Egoff versions of the museum.
I did the house.
Oh,
He turned it into a creepy house.
that's cool.
Of course he did.
Of course you
Hey,
did.
I was egged on though.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Anything else about the retreat that anyone wants to add, or?
Oh, this will be very helpful.
All right, super. And then street art, so we were going to go and do a little walkabout today to pick out areas that we could do some street art.
Mhm.
Bill has a plan that I think is a good plan as far as us trying to identify ahead of time quite a few different locations that we could do little art installations of some sort, and getting them approved all at once, so we know what we have and what we can do. Not that we can't go back later and say, well, can we do something here too?
Mhm.
But,
Right, presenting it more as a, like a
Is there
body of
some-
art.
Right.
And I really want to present, or it to be presented in a way that when people drive through, they learn something about us.
Mhm.
And I kept using the illustration that I'm from central Indiana, and we don't have lakes, and I wouldn't know that you did
Mhm.
if I just drove right through on that.
Right.
And then I would be more interested in coming back to visit, and it's like, oh, we could go to the lake, then we could go, you know.
Mhm.
So that was kind of my thought process, but.
Yeah.
so I don't,
Tell them what I was thinking about, that wall right there.
sure.
Down along the lower part of it, having some kind of symbolized water. So when you're sitting in the park, you can look over and like, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a realistic thing, but like abstract, maybe like it's water.
Mhm.
And then maybe
Said
other
that,
artists
all
could put.
3D-ish. I thought like a boat that a kid could sit in, you know, not the whole thing, but you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, like up against it.
Mhm. For pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then people put it on social media, and there we go.
Yeah, yeah, I know, Fort Wayne kind of does that a little bit with theirs. You can hashtag and like, they
Yeah.
keep track of all that somehow.
And I like it when they put, when your body becomes part of a word as
Yeah,
well. I don't know
yeah.
what word we would use right now, but,
We also talked about
I know I've gotten comments from people that live over.
driving right in.
In these other areas over here, you know, not
Yeah.
necessarily downtown, that, hey, you know, there's nothing over here, but like I said, most of those are all businesses, though. You'd have to talk to them before you could
Yeah.
like do anything.
right.
We talked about when you drive in over by the schools too, where it says, welcome to Columbia City. Like
Mhm.
somewhere over there too.
I wonder if we could talk to some of the
Tiny sign.
businesses. I was just thinking when I had my Columbia City music store that I would have been elated for somebody to
Mhm.
offer to do that, especially when my budget was so tight.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I think most businesses would probably be okay with it.
Runaround,
Yeah, I
Runaround's
would do it.
very interested in
Somebody can
having
mural
something.
side of
that-
my
Yeah.
building, I'd be all
Wizard
for
of Oz
it.
related because of their,
Ruby Slipper. Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think they have like a
Stop
map
moving.
like Fort Wayne's too, that you can go visit, like they have some kind of site where you can go and visit, like do a little tour, and they're all mapped out.
Mhm.
All
I
their
think that would
public
be a good idea,
Yeah,
too.
that'd be kind of fun, you know?
Be nice to have maybe that on a permanent.
Yeah, I think it's
Steal something on a sidewalk so that you could.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you go to the mall and you're looking for the store.
Yeah, and it's online somewhere. I'm trying to remember where I saw it. They have it online, and you can actually get a map of all the public art
Okay.
and tour around, because Fort Wayne's
Get
added
your
quite a
little QR
bit.
code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where I saw it. I think it might just be on the city website.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay.
I would love, like, the new park too, to get a spot,
Yeah.
you know, somewhere in the
We kind
new
of
Eagle
talked
Park.
about like some kind of little area down there too for people to like sit
Plein air.
and create
Mhm.
art too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like a.
Be interesting because they're putting a lot of emphasis on the pickleball and having tournaments and those
Mhm.
kinds of things. So what could we have that's visual for people who are parking and coming up for that event or whatever,
Mhm.
to say who we are as Columbia City?
Right.
Mhm. I think it makes sense to do something.
Definitely
like that.
opportunity too, because you've got a bunch of people just kind of around, you know, walking through and
Mhm.
can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, and more stop and take pictures, selfie
Right,
things again.
right.
Yeah.
my son did that. I don't know if you guys saw that during one of the farmers markets.
Yes, the
He
little.
did the shark
Yes.
and the tightrope above it, and even the mayor laid down and did
Yeah.
his thing, and there was all kinds of stuff happening online because of that.
Mm-hmm. Super fun.
Do we know if they have any plans for sculptures or anything down there?
There aren't currently, but I think
I mean,
that
I
would be
think
something
that
that would be neat.
I mean, because we do a lot of paint stuff, but, I mean,
Some, I
I
put that
think-
on my thing, like
yeah.
sculptures would be cool, or even
Mhm.
some eagles, you know, like decorated eagles,
Mhm.
kind of like, you know, some cities do, whatever their town mascot is, and then they decorate them, and then they auction them off, and it's like a big ordeal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it would
And
be
the
fun to
business
look
can-
into those. I know that they are probably more expensive than we realize, but
I
that would
think
be
you could,
something.
yeah,
That would be
I
neat.
think if we, like, just, you know, if we had the budget one year, try to see how much they are, and
Hmm.
maybe we could, if we use somebody locally, or even like 46 Graphics, maybe, you know, they would do like a
Are we in new business now? We still talking about-
We're still,
street art.
Street
We're on
art.
street art.
Okay. 'cause-
We're talking about sculptures and.
Okay, yeah, I got confused because I thought we were,
Yeah, we're talking about street
conceptually,
art.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Were you talking about like when
They can help with
when they
sculptures
did the
and,
pigs, or they did the buffaloes,
Yeah.
and then you bought them, and
or the
that-
mastodon,
and
or
then
the,
then they auctioned them? but-
Yeah,
Okay,
but it's a
Under the
sculpture.
rubric of street art, though.
yes, yes.
Maybe if there was some way to put out something too, so that like businesses would know that, hey, if you've got a space to offer for something,
Mhm.
Oh, that'd be neat.
yeah,
Yeah,
for things. you know,
Yeah, I'm not in
outside.
town, but I have a
right.
lot of walls. I would be like, go for it.
It'd be interesting to, like, you could look at that two ways. You could do it event-wise, you know,
Mhm.
go around and visit all these places of business trying to find the art, kind of like
Mhm.
Where's Waldo type of thing.
Mhm.
Or could that be part of the, when you're going to visit the art, you're not just going to alleys and stuff like that, but you're
Mhm.
going inside of businesses and.
I think that would be a good idea, because it would
Mhm.
also get people into the businesses,
Right.
which is
Mhm.
a good thing.
Mhm.
And it also is a potential entrepreneurial experience for the artist too, because if it goes in there and somebody wants to buy it,
Mhm.
Mhm.
So we're still under street art, but we're now inside.
Yeah.
Business. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Well, I'm just
judging,
saying-
I'm just telling you, when this comes out in the minutes.
It went from-
I may organize it, I think we've morphed into new business.
it might have gone from like street art to sidewalk art to inside the business.
So, you know,
Or
as instead
asking
of trying to
businesses.
go to,
Art everything.
going to every business and saying, hey, you know, we want to do something, just put it out there that, hey, you know,
Looking for some
For, like,
spaces,
to do some kind of art
murals.
or something else that they're open up to.
Mhm.
I would say we probably need some kind of little group to.
Yeah, a little committee to probably.
Well, as far as like artists too, and.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think it might be a good idea, and maybe easier to schedule, is if people were to go around and take pictures of where they would like to see something,
Mhm.
that might be a good idea.
I mean, we can just collage it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I can think of a couple of places that I'd like to see something, and. I'm
4-H
sure we
even
all-
has a couple spots, you know.
That'd be a good outing for me and my son.
Yeah,
'Cause
just
he's
like,
got a little eye.
Yeah,
yeah, or round up anybody that you want to, because I know if a group of us goes, then it turns into a quorum or whatever,
Mhm.
so, it might be better if we just go and,
take some pictures
Yeah.
of some ideas.
Should we have those for the retreat?
yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Print 'em
Should we
out or-
email them all to one, maybe
Mhm.
email them all to you, so they're
Yeah.
all being on
Yeah.
it?
That works.
And if you want to try to get them before then I can compile them all onto a page or whatever, and we can
Mhm.
look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any other new business?
The only thing I was thinking if we, because it's already October, don't shoot the messenger, but Christmas is going to come really fast. So if we do a holiday art market, don't
Yeah.
shoot the messenger. But October,
Oh.
November, December.
I do have something to bring up.
Like for, you know, if we want to do that again, we probably should start getting that rolling.
Okay, so related.
Yeah.
Um, The museum is open to us having artist booths set up there in conjunction with their big museum open house evening thing.
Okay.
And I had said that we might be able to man some kind of artistic kids activity.
Mm-hmm.
And in exchange for being in charge of that, then we can set up booths out in the annex building.
Okay, that'd be cool.
And we could probably fit quite a few booths out there, so,
Okay. Like how many you think, like 10?
oh, easy. I mean,
Okay.
Maybe even more than that.
Okay. When is that? What date is that?
That is Friday, the 6th of December.
Okay. So that would
And-
be good because it's after the Thanksgiving ruckus, but
Right, and
before
people
Christmas?
come and maybe set up their booths starting at like, I don't know, 1 or something.
Okay.
And then have them ready to go so that, they like the children's activities to actually start before the big open house thing, so that if, like, homeschool families want to come out
Right.
and do an activity ahead of, like, the museum being open, they can do that.
What's that called?
It is, Merry Museum Christmas, I think.
And
It's-
is that all, is it like an all-day thing or is it?
The big part of it is like 6 to 8,
Okay, that's like.
but our part of it can run, like our market part of it could run from like 3 to 8, and we can
Okay.
promote it
You
as
can
such.
go
Yeah.
earlier. Okay,
And we can open it for shopping ahead of time too.
okay. That'd be a good spot.
There's a lot of materials there already, but if we wanted to plan some activities and fund those ourselves, I'm sure that would be appreciated also.
Okay.
Have you guys ever thought about being part of the Yuletide Treasures?
The school?
We did, but then it was more kind of bizarre craft, like,
Yeah, and the point in us not
Bizarre.
doing that is that, it just seemed like something to keep separate from, like, anyone who has stuff could go and have a booth there, but this being a separate, like, art-focused activity versus MLMs and that
craft
kind of thing.
bizarre type.
Well, it's a fundraiser for the school programs, right?
Right,
Yes,
well,
yes.
yes,
I mean-
and what came to mind was when you were talking more of the entrepreneurial type of spirit, and like,
That's true.
almost like promoting a booth on their behalf, so that, you know, if you want to be part of it, then it's booth number 135, you show up and.
Right. So that is a thought that we could look into doing, was whether we wanted to have a booth at lots of different things that
To promote
is the
ourselves.
Arts Commission's thing, but
Mhm.
any artist that wanted to participate in that could also,
Mhm.
I don't know, like, maybe that's something we could talk about at the retreat also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
know
was
we've
very.
tossed it around.
It was very strange that I did it every year with my music business, and you would think it wouldn't work.
Mhm.
And it worked fantastic for what I was doing. My wife and I stood at a little table, and I had my teachers with
Mhm.
guitars and pianos, whatever,
Mhm.
and kids went over to try them. We talked to the parents, and they booked lessons because, oh, Johnny looks so cute playing the guitar. And it worked really well with that, but it's almost like it's because that it's something different, you get noticed more.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
I don't think there is any rule that we have to go to a half an hour if we're
Okay.
done with our
You mean go to an hour?
calendar, or even an
Or
hour.
half, yeah.
All right. Well, if there's no more business to discuss
It's kind of an
tonight.
easy, yeah, it's an
Yeah.
easier month, and we have the retreat coming, so,
Right.
you know.
We probably, related to the retreat, do need to figure out what we need to be spending before the end of the year.
Yes, Rosie's gonna give me, because like we talked about, we probably have a good chunk still sitting for us to work with. So I'm guessing 7,500 to 8,000 probably, because based on what all the stuff I've turned in.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we need to try to decide if there's some things we want to do. That's why I thought maybe we could kind of map out our year. If there was some things we want to do, if we want to still do the studio art tour, there's things we've wanted to purchase but haven't because of cost. But to try to use some of that for the things we are planning on doing.
like a good idea.
We talked about banners, you know, the flag banners for Studio Art Tour. It's about $1,100 to get just like 10 stops, you know, which isn't all of them. Almost all, yeah, I guess it was, because we have multiple artists, but things like that. Or if we have ideas on what ways we could make that the best used, that would be a good time to do it.
Mhm.
Like, hey, we should try, you know, look into this now, or,
I like that idea about the banners. That
Yeah.
would give us,
Right,
yeah.
you know, I mean, Genero ones that we wouldn't have specific locations or anything.
right,
But
they'd
say,
just be a big
Here,
obvious.
oh,
thing.
there's, yes, just
Right.
look for the big flags.
Mhm.
Or even some just Columbia City Arts Commission advertising, you know, if you want to
That's-
use some of it for
That's
that.
all, it might just,
Yeah.
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 Or, you know, we talked about doing something with the Bones Theater. Maybe we
Mhm.
wanna
You can get that
prepay for that
rolling.
or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there any cost associated with the street art? That
materials.
So it could be like if you did a
just throwing, I
sculpture.
don't even know what I'm actually asking, but
Yeah.
nothing's usually zero, so.
Yeah.
Well, and sculptures, you know,
Well,
that's
sculptures
a,
will be an expense. for
yeah,
sure.
I mean, that's a chunk if you know, can do it in steps. I'm not sure. It would depend on who you work with probably, but
Mhm.
just because, you know, you're not guaranteed next year what that circumstance would be. So if you want to plan ahead and that way it gets used to arts, things that we're planning.
Or we earmark it as part of like maybe a matching
Mm-hmm.
thing and we try to get a grant to cover the other part of it or
Mhm.
something. I don't know.
Mhm.
I just know that what we don't use, we lose.
We
so.
do. And I think we have lots of
I
ideas.
thought I had pictures, but have you been to Auburn? You know how we talked about the flags with the memorial like flags for the, well, they've got like art, looks like different designs from people
Mhm.
on these little ones that are hanging on the posts, like
Mhm.
in their little
That's a pretty neat idea.
area there.
You can turn any like art into like vinyl skins and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean,
You can also get
Yeah, it's pretty cool
like
'cause they have
metal
different
panels
Different styles of that.
yeah.
that you can mount on
area.
the wall.
I thought I
Yeah.
had pictures, but I don't know if I got rid of them or.
I mean,
what
we
I did
took
with them.
just general photography pictures and turned them into like metal on our business. I mean, you
Mhm.
can make just about anything,
And the kind of neat thing about that would be,
then get destroyed and.
right, things that you couldn't normally put outside on display could be on the metal panels.
Right.
And be viewable all
Right.
during the year, any time of day.
Mhm. That one picture I was showing you of that friend of mine that has those big pillars, and they had wrapped art around those big pillars, just using skins. That was so cool, and it's not gonna get destroyed.
Right.
And I know like 46 Graphics and SBIC and all that does a lot of that printing.
It's kind of an interesting idea to, and maybe that's something that would work well in the park too, like a
Mm-hmm.
24/7 art gallery that's out there that people can enjoy.
And you can rotate doing it that way too, so it's not a done deal. Like if you did use vinyls, you just re-vinyl over the top if you want to rotate, or
Mhm.
depending on how you anchor it.
Right.
You know, if
All
you
about the
nail it down, you
installation.
just take it off and rotate, and then they can have their piece when they're done. That's what we do with our pictures. We just rotate them every year, and then the person buys it and takes it. So it's not destroyed, you're not painting over it and it's destroyed.
Mhm.
That's kind of, I don't know, artists sometimes are more sentimental, like, I did all that work, you know? But then
Right.
you can still rotate.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have anything else?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Yeah, thanks for this, this will help,
Yes.
for sure.
I didn't bring it up because I figured I'd bring